It is a great day to be alive, and I am so thankful for God, Jesus Christ, who lives in us. Today's video is titled, LUNA and USTC, Are We Close to Takeoff Time? Before we get started, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing that I'm sharing is financial advice. I'm simply sharing dreams, visions, and interpretations that I feel God has given me as it relates to crypto. Now, let's get into the video. So in this quick video, I want to share something that reminded me of an old dream that I had about LUNA and USTC. After a while, I concluded that this is what this dream was about, these two coins. And here are the two videos where I shared my very first LUNA dream, or I should say LUNA and USTC. And in this dream, I saw price targets. So it's important to note that during the time that I had this very first dream about LUNC and USTC, everything had changed. The LUNA had collapsed and now everything had changed over. And so now we're looking at LUNC and USTC. And then I've had my very first dream about LUNC and USTC. I will mention that dream in this video very briefly, as well as a second dream that I had that I concluded was about LUNC and USTC. And this dream came many months after having the first dream. But there was something that I saw this year, specifically November the 18th. And what I saw reminded me of this second LUNC and USTC dream and the strange candle movement that I saw. I'm not going to go into the entire dream for each of these, but I will make connections. But for the most part, I just want to hit the highlights and then show you what I saw on November the 18th. And then finally, I want to tie that into the news that we heard about LUNC and Kraken that came on November the 19th, the very next day. I don't think that was a coincidence, but let's get right into it. I should also add, you're going to hear me say LUNC throughout this video. Again, this is just clips from an old video. So if you hear LUNC, just know that I'm talking about LUNC, or however you want to pronounce it. But that's what I'm talking about. So this dream began with me seeing two green candles all on one chart. It was one green candle on the right and one green candle on the left. And then there was a space in between. And they were moving in identical ways at a very fast pace. There were no red candles to be seen, and it was almost as if these two sets of candles were racing each other. They were racing towards the top. So as I'm thinking about this dream on one particular day, I thought about LUNC and USTC. It just literally popped in my mind. I was like, oh, okay, LUNC and USTC. I can that makes sense to me. And so then I was reminded of LUNC and USTC price movement back in November 2023. I remember how those candles were just melting up. They were just melting up, LUNC and USTC, just really moving pretty much at the same pace during this time. And I know it had a lot to do with the Binance burns and all that was going on during that time, because as LUNC moves, USTC moves, and it's almost an identical type movement situation that we recognize. And so from this dream, I'm also reminded of my very first LUNC dream, my first LUNC and USTC dream. And I shared that in a video already, how that I believe that God has shown me that the price of LUNC will go to $7 and that the price of USTC will go to 80 cents. I also shared that I don't know if USTC is going to repeg, but I believe that there is going to be a very strong attempt to repeg. And that's why I saw the 80 cents price. And then with that being the case, it's going to allow LUNC the opportunity to move up to $7. And now for the very last part of this dream, what appeared to be just seconds before I woke up, I began to see some very weird movement, very weird candle movements. And what I mean by that is the candles were no longer green, but they were blue, and they were no longer just moving in a vertical up direction, but now they're moving horizontal and up, horizontal and up, horizontal and up. And this horizontal movement was from the left and also to the right. And so this for me represented something strange price movement, something strange and unusual. Even the blue candle itself was very unorthodox. This is going to be the hand of God, not the hand of man. Okay, so that was a dream about the strange candles that I saw. Again, that was my second LUNC and USTC dream. Now, tying this all together with what I saw on November the 18th. So in the picture here, this is just a screenshot of what I sent my husband about what I saw. So there I was on Webull looking at Bitcoin following up with what was going on with the price movement. And what I saw reminded me of this dream about these strange candles. And this is what I saw. And when I saw this, I immediately thought about this dream immediately. And that's what I was telling my husband in this recording. The very next day, November the 19th, is when I got the email about Kraken and the scheduled delisting of certain coins, Luna or LUNC being one of those coins. Again, I don't think it's a coincidence that I saw this the day before, understanding that this dream was about price movement, something moving very fast, going up, connecting that to the first dream that I had, seeing that price of $7, seeing that price of 80 cents, knowing that in order for these types of prices to take place, that there's possibly something that needs to come about as it relates to repegging of USTC. So seeing that prepared me for this email. I believe that God has allowed this to serve as a reminder that although you see this, although you're reading this about this delistment for the particular coin, don't be discouraged about it, because I have already shown you what is going to take place. Have faith in what I've shown you and know that this is only a stepping stone. Well, that is all that I have for this video. Until the next one, God bless.